Welcome to the Kletus Roadside service. We're loaded. We're loaded. We're having a good day so far. I did see a couple of DOT running around, and I'm like, hey, you motherfuckers, listen, you guys really got me freaked the fuck out. Okay? Listen, I see you all the time. You never any problems. And then one time you're going to fucking pull me over. And the only thing you're going to find wrong is I had a class 8 instead of, I had it labeled as a class 8 instead of class 9. God damn it. You write me a fucking ticket. All right. But we're over here in Missouri. We just got loaded from this place. I gotta tell you something. You know, the reason I started the podcast right now, when I did, is because of when I first rolled up in here. I'm just cruising my way in here. Everything is going fine. I roll up to the gate, and this power plant, they they have a lot of contractors coming in. They already had their shutdown period, but now they got some more maintenance and other stuff. And it usually around winter time they set up a little office outside the gate, and they hire security to come in. And it's not like a guy with a gun and a badge and shit. It's just like a guy that's outside that checks people in as they come in, and he can, if somebody, he can make sure the gate doesn't open, or he can call the authorities or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Otherwise, they have a little call button. You call, and it takes you to the office or whatever. But the guys up in the office, they're going to be busy watching contractors. They need somebody else to watch the gate. And just so now there's going to be 3 records. Before there's 2 records. You got a sign-in sheet, and then you got your permit that you got to be on to work. There. So it's just a permit of the area that you're working in. Should you be in this area? Should you be? What are the hazards? Whatever. Anyways. And now there's going to be an actual guy at the gate that's taking down names, just in case somebody, there's a lot of people coming in and out. They need to make sure they know who's coming in and coming out. But everybody's coming in this place has got to have like a annual training done or whatever. And I'm always on that. So, anyways, the exciting part of what happened is I rolled up to the gate, and they've had the office sitting there for a couple of days, but nobody's been in it, so I still got to use the call button. Rolled up today, there's a car parked out front. I'm guessing there's a guy inside that box that's going to come out and ask me my name. So I roll up, suit guy, just in a hoodie, hat and glasses. Just looks like a normal old guy. Name, what company? All right, you have a good day. And I start to drive. He opens up the gate, and I start to drive forward. But you got to wait for the gate. And I closed my door and everything, so I couldn't hear him, but I heard something. Him yell, "Hey!" And he whistled. First off, I ain't no goddamn dog, but I can hear a dog whistle. Okay, I don't know, is that a thing? I think everybody can hear a dog whistle, but dogs hear it more, But I hear it more too because I got them ears of a bloodhound or something. I don't know. Bloodhound ears are actually long and floppy. They can hear okay, but mainly I heard from Joe Rogan, because I learned a lot from that guy. Weird stuff. The ears of a bloodhound are long and floppy like that. They help waft up scent to their nose. Didn't know that. Same with Dumbo. Dumbo got a long nose, big ears. You got to have the big ears for that long nose. I don't know if Dumbo probably doesn't have good smelling. I don't know about Dumbo. I haven't watched that movie in a while. I need to go check it out. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is they have a little like makeshift awning around the outside of the office, and he's whistling and yelling for me like something. He needs to tell me something. And I look in my mirror, and I just see this dude go face first down. I'm like, oh, he went down hard. Looked like he got hit in the back by a football guy that makes other people not stand up no more. It's a hit or a tackle box or whatever. Take him down. And so I stopped and I opened my door. I'm like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, holy shit. I look back. He's still laying face first on the ground. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, this guy's out. I hop out of the truck and I run over to him. I'm like, hey. He's like, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine. He stands up, mouth full of blood. I'm like, oh, boy, you are bleeding. He's like, I'm what? I'm like, you're bleeding. Lean over. I was like, you need to get yourself cleaned up or something. You're bleeding everywhere. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, I just wanted to let you know that you need to turn left when you pull in there. I'm like, that was, that's fucking crazy that you went through all that just to tell me to turn left. That is fucking insane. Yeah, all right. I'll turn. I normally turn left. All right, you good? Yep. I know how to. I know what I'm doing here. I feel so bad that you tripped because so this makeshift shed thing, it's got a big awning, but there's a bar at the bottom. It's part of the scaffolding. They had extra scaffolding, so they just made a little scaffold fucking awning, and instead of putting there's a bar at the bottom that's about a foot off the ground. So he tried to step over it, didn't. His body kept moving forward. His feet went up, caught on that, and his body just kept going forward, straight down to the ground. And he was holding a clipboard. He had his sunglasses on and his hat, and everything exploded when he fell down. Paper was flying everywhere. His face was down, and it was in the gravel. So, I guess it wasn't concrete, but little chunks of it, I guess, a little rocks everywhere. Smacked his face. Poor guy. And I was driving away, and I honestly feel bad for the guy. I'm like, oh my gosh, because he's not an old guy. He ain't no youngin. And I'm not an old guy, and I don't think I'm a young, but this guy's older than that. He's like probably upper 50s. In decent shape, I would say. But an upper 50s man falling to his face, not funny. Not funny. I don't know what is going on, but I could not control my fucking self. I controlled myself there. But once I got back in the truck, I was like, oh my fucking God. Like, I was like, holy shit, that dude is bleeding. I think he's fine. And I think that's why I said, all right, I have to let loose a couple of giggles. Just because if I fell to my face and people are all serious around me, I'm not happy with that. People need to be like, damn, watch your step, motherfucker, or something. I'm going to be laughing already. I was thinking about this earlier when I was watching Saw 4 or 5 or 6, whatever it was, Saw. And first off, I got problems with the Saw movie. Some dude climbed into a cremation oven, and then I don't know. That's where I started the movie. I wasn't really paying attention to what's going on, but this guy gets into the cremation oven, and then the door just like shuts, and he's like, "Open the door!" And they're like nobody's even touching the door. They're not even trying to open the door. And then the thing turned on. And he's like, oh shit, open the door. And they're not even, I'm like, is that a bad guy? Did a bad guy get in the oven and they're like, we don't want to open the door for this guy? I don't know who this character was in the Saw movie, but no, but I was like, these people aren't helping at all. But it seemed like they were trying to get him out with how the camera and everything was moving, but nobody's touching the fucking door. And then Use your coat, is what one bitch old little girl said. And nobody grabbed their coat to open the door, because it was a hot handle, I guess. I don't know. They kept, like, you could hear the sizzle whenever they touched the handle. And then they walk around to the backside, and there's a glass door, so you can see inside of it. And they're still, like, not touching the door, and then sizzle. I'm like, why are they not opening the door? I'm like, that's a glass deal there. Break the glass. Then they broke the glass. I was like, well, that makes sense. And the dude climbs out, and he's like, ah, and he's like halfway out of the glass door, and then he just dies. And they're just like crying, watching this guy. I'm like, this movie fucking blows. Like, you could have done a little bit better here. I honestly think you could have done way better with this cremation oven scene. But, so this is where my thoughts came in. If I was in the Saw movie, I think, I mean, you've been through some shit. You're missing a toe. You got to do all that. You do want to play a game, and I don't think I'm pretty fucking positive I'm not going to turn off the comedy, even in a situation like that. Like, because I think that, I would think that maybe, I'd be like, he'd be like, you need to chop off your left hand if you want to survive. I'm like, really? My left hand? How about my right hand? My left hand, can I just get all the fingers off of there? He'd be like, no, you must remove your whole left hand. And say, all right, hey, if this is a joke, you need to let me know now, because I'm going to start cutting, and I'm going to really do it. If this is a joke and I don't need to actually cut off my hand, I'm going to be pissed, okay? But I'm going to start cutting now. I'm going to start cutting. I don't know where should you start cutting your hand off? Yeah, there's veins and shit in there. I'm going to bleed out if I do that. Have you thought about this game that you've got here, man? You weird bird-looking motherfucker. You know, you got weird dolls on remote-controlled dolls on tricycles, you fucked up fucker. Like, I got to chop off my hand because you are sick. Like, I don't know. I think they were trying to get into, like, because the Saul, the bad guy, was, like, in the hospital. And he was, like, sitting in his car, just, like, and it was raining. And he's just, like, looks sad that he's about to die. And then I guess that's when he's like, all right, I know what I need to do with the rest of my life. I need to make sure other people die. I don't know. I don't understand the Saw movies. They're just pretty gruesome. So I don't know. I'm not into gruesome stuff. Not really there. They're not a scary movie necessarily. So I don't know. There are scary movies that I do. Like Annabelle, me and my wife watched, I think, the opening scene of Annabelle, and we were like, never mind, we're not doing this. Both of us. We were like, why are we doing this? I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I don't think I'm gonna gain. Like, some people like to watch horror movies and stuff. I'm not really there. I don't know. I don't really. I watch Scream and stuff, but that's not like scary. Scary. It's just kind of like a thriller, I guess. But Paranormal Activity, I'm freaked out. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. The movies that I really like, which I just watched the other day, was San Andreas with The Rock. Now, that's also kind of really far-fetched, but those types of movies I love to watch. It's like the end of times. Whenever a 3IA Atlas drops down, start zapping motherfuckers. That's the type of end of world situation. I think I might, I'm like, this sucks, but this is at least interesting. Like, this is the type of shit I would watch for entertainment. And now that the world is ending, and all the TVs ain't working, and you ain't got no movies, and it seems like everything's going to be exciting all the time. There's going to be a lot of downtime during the end of the world. You're going to have to wait a long fucking time before, like walking and then like sitting in shelter, just kind of sitting around. You're like, damn, I am bored as fuck, But if it's like kind of like that, like looters and people, at least I'm that's the type of movie I would like to watch. So why not have that my reality? I don't know what I'm fucking saying here. But yes, Saul. I think I would still be cracking jokes, and I'm not gonna be like, I will find you and I will kill you. And then I'm not going to be like the hero of the movie or whatever. If I get in that Saul situation, I'm going to definitely be missing my left hand, and I'll be like, can I go home now? Like I did what you asked me to, and now I'm bleeding out like I thought I would, you motherfucker. I told you there's veins and shit. I can't just chop my fucking hand off. Can I get some band-aids? Can I get some clotting medicine or whatever? Something? Can you? Can I cauterize the wound in some shape or form? Like, can I? If you got the cremation oven, like the guy already burnt up, he's dead in there, and somebody turned it off. Can you turn it back on so I can just fucking cauterize the nub on my left arm real quick, and then I won the game, right? Can I go home? Like I'm gonna try to win the game, but I'm also not that competitive. Not that competitive. So I don't know. Saw pretty dumb, but you know, hey, I'm ready for it. If that's the way my life is headed, to me being locked in a chamber, got to cut off my hand, I'm prepared for it. I think we'll be all right. I'm prepared for it. We're gonna try to win the game. I play games. I play video games. I try to win them, but a lot of times I just say fuck it, turn it off. Let me get to free roam, and then I never do another mission. Like Grand Theft Auto, you get to free roam, done doing missions. Quit calling me, Lester. If you play Grand Theft Auto, like every time you open the motherfucker, somebody's calling your ass on there and trying to make you do missions. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to play the game. I'm trying to just drive around town, get in a police chase, fly a helicopter to the top of Mount Chiliad. There's a game I've been playing, Motor Town. I haven't been playing it lately. I want to turn it on. I'm just scared to turn it on. Scared to turn it on because I feel like if I turn it on in the middle of the night, after the kids go to bed, I'm gonna be fucking tired. Like it's not gonna. I'm gonna turn it on. I'm not gonna get anything done, and then I'm gonna turn it off. BeamNG that's the game for me. I turn it on. I just load up a square body Chevy truck, fly through a field, just bouncing that motherfucker into pieces, and then I crash it, and then I pull out the C7 Corvette mod that I downloaded, do a couple of donuts and drag race things, and then crash, and then turn it off, and I'm done. Like that's what I'm looking for in a game. Some people play games they want to like excel and get to the next mission and whatnot. Not me. I just want to play around. Just want to do some donuts and destruction, and then go, see how long I can drive the truck without like respawning it. So dented fenders and stuff. I do have a gripe with one of the mods I downloaded on the damn thing, and I downloaded a mod that said if you blow a tire, you can repair just the tire. So, because like I like to do rock crawling and stuff, and then you blow a tire, and they're big ass fucking tires, so it really kind of you need to have tires, and it's like fuck. Let me just replace the tire. No, that mod it works in theory. It doesn't work Normally, like it's like you blow out the drive shaft or whatever. You put it, you hit repair drive shaft. You got to repair the whole fucking truck just to get the drive shaft to fit back in the bitch. You know, because all the J beams are in the wrong spots and whatnot. Anyways, good, cool game. I like it. Like to play it. There has been no updates on. Well, I say no updates, but I just got an update that it shows that we can continue this loan process, this home equity loan process. So if I don't know. I just got an update, literally. I don't know. But other than that, there's no updates on anything uh, job wise. You know, I don't know anything at all. I'm still waiting. I'm really crossing my fingers and not crossing my fingers. Don't know which one's good, but I'm doing it halfway. That I'm going to be heavy hauling for the rest of my days. I think that's going to be a good deal. Running an 18 speed, brothers. I like me an 18 speed. Didn't know I would. I do. I like it. All right, come on, truck. Let's go. We got trucks coming. Come on, truck. I'm loaded. I'm heavy. I'm trying to go. I got a grain hauler rolling up on my ass. Sorry, bud. You know how it is. When you get the opening, you got to go. And I'm sorry that as soon as I started to go, I saw you, but there ain't no hitting the brakes now. You can pass me if you'd like, but I have a feeling I'm going to be going faster than you. I don't know. He'll probably be riding my ass for the next 10 miles or whatever it is until I get to the next road or whatever. Oh yeah. It's lunchtime. Don't know where I want to go. I could probably hold off and make it to a Casey's. I just don't really want Casey's pizza right now. Tell you what, the Casey's breakfast pizza has really been hitting the fucking spot. I got a 2-year medical card. I can get as fat as I want for the next 2 years. Just kidding. I'm not trying to become a fatty, McFat fuck, but I am. I'm like there basically, and I plan on losing weight one day. But right now, I'm not in a good mood. Maybe I'd be in a better mood if I was eating right. Things would maybe start working out for me a little bit better if I was eating right and I had a clear head. But you know how those go. You ain't got a clear head. You ain't been eating right. You want some comfort food. And I tell you what, Casey's breakfast bacon fucking pizza is hitting the goddamn spot. I'll tell you what, the pieces I had today, I wish I could just bottle that up into a little dropper, just put a little dropper of that and I could just remember the feeling and the taste of that all the time. I know it tasted good, but that's a weird thing about taste if you think about it. It's like I know that like pulled pork tastes fucking delicious. I've had good pulled pork, I've had bad pulled pork. I know what it tastes like. Why the fuck do I have to keep tasting it? Or like cereal. Like I love like well, Captain Crunch, but it's gonna ruin the roof of your mouth. You're fucked, if you do that. But the taste of it and the milk at the end tastes fucking amazing. Can I just remember what it tastes like? I don't know, but it's like you gotta eat it. You gotta actually eat it. I know what it tastes like. It's like I don't know. It's like knowing what a square body sounds like. Well, they all sound a little different, but knowing what a square body, like my favorite square body, my old 78, I know every inch of that motherfucking truck. I remember it 100%. There ain't nothing about that truck that I don't know about. Kind of, most of it. I never took the transfer case or transmission out. I took the engine out. Never opened up the rear axle. Shit like that. But it's like the basic. Like, I know what that truck is, but I just don't feel right without it. So that's why I had to get my 79. Got my 79. Happy. It's sitting there. I just love to have it. I don't know. This is a bad analogy. I don't know. Have you guys noticed I'm not good with analogies? Not good with it. Or math. Or some words. I'm good with a lot of words, but the most of the words I know them. There are some out there don't know what they mean. They're big words. I say them to sound smart. I don't think I'm fooling nobody. Anyway, let's get back to talking about stuff that makes that we got going on. Loaded selenium. There's a frac tank inside the building. I have to hook up, back up inside the building partially to reach it with hoses. And yep, got loaded. Everything went well. I pulled I think 21 inches out of that frac tank today, equaling 4,200 gallons roughly. And got me a hotel. I was just talking end of last episode about how I love the Holiday Inn in Alva because they know who I am when the guy knows my name, all this good stuff. Guess what? They're fucking booked up. I can't fucking stay there tonight. I was very devastated when I heard the news. I said, well, I didn't call or hear anything. I looked it up on the IHG website app on my phone. And they said, yeah, we're booked, but flexible dates is what they say. They say flexible dates. Motherfucker, I need it tonight. But Comfort Inn's going to take care of me tonight. Days Inn, nope, ain't doing that. Ain't doing that. I don't know what's going to happen if Days Inn is my only option. I don't know what I'm going to do. Sleep in the truck. Don't know. But Comfort Inn, it's all right. Their breakfast is okay. It's not the Holiday Inn. Tell you what, the Ramada, I think it's the Ramada. They give you dinner too. I couldn't believe it. They give you dinner. They give you free alcoholic drinks if you're of age. They're doing it. They know what they're doing over there at that Ramada or La Quinta or whatever it may be. Sorry, everybody. We're making a turn here. I'm going to stop here for lunch. Country Market. Had that grain hauler on my ass that whole fucking time. Motherfucker. Motherfucking grain hauler. Motherfucker. I was going over the speed limit too. I was trying to keep it up. Anyways, I come to this country market sometimes, and there's a dude that drives a square body, old black rusty, square body, and he's in here all the motherfucking time. He'll probably show up when I'm here. Every time I drive by, his truck is either on the road headed here, headed away from here, or here. I'm like, this guy ain't got nothing going on. I've seen him inside. He just sits at they got a little table set up and he just kind of hangs out, sitting at the table, drinking coffee, eating boiled eggs or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'll be back in a little bit. Good morning. I don't know if I like doing these day to day deals, from yesterday to today. I don't know, but it's working out. I got a little bit of stuff I can talk about overnight. First off, the mowing they do over here is kind of silly. So there's two ho- hotels right here, and I was told a long time ago that all three of these hotels are owned by the same person. He owns all three of these hotels, and they're three different. You got Days Inn, you got Comfort Inn, you got Holiday Inn, and everybody wants to go to the Holiday Inn. First off, Comfort Inn charges a little bit more than Holiday Inn, and they're not as good. I don't know what the fuck is going on there, but it's like, hey, they can do it because everybody's going to stay at the Holiday Inn anyways. But whenever the Holiday Inn is fully booked, you're going to get a worse hotel for more money. Makes kind of sense. And then the Days Inn, there ain't enough people to come to this town that they're going to need to stay at the Days Inn. That price might get you, but once you show up, you're like, wait, what? This is it? This is the Days Inn? I think I made a mistake. Anyways, the mowing situation between the Days Inn and the Comfort Inn, there's a probably 2.5 foot wide section of grass, not very big, and it goes the whole length from the front, almost up near the road, all the way down to the back of the parking lot. These motherfuckers, they mowed half of it. I'm like, dude, you've got to really want to not mow somebody else's grass to not mow that grass. Like somebody had a lawnmower and I don't know. It's like you have to ride sideways on the bitch. You gave that thing a fade. You gave that fucking yard a fade trying to not mow somebody else's grass. A foot of somebody else's grass. I'm like, damn, come on now. Come on now, just mow the other person's grass, make it all uniform, and then once you get up to the big area up near the road, there's a bigger area, and yeah, don't mow their grass there, but just, I don't know. I think it looked petty as fuck. It looked really fucking petty, and I don't know. I'm kind of glad that happened, but it's like, man, you gotta work harder to not mow that grass. That ain't me. I'd say I'm just mowing the whole fucking, 2.5 feet. That's how wide your fucking mower deck is. You don't have to do, you're not doing extra work. You could even mow it to where it's blowing all the clips into their parking lot over there. Like, I'm going to mow your grass, but you're getting all the grass on your parking lot, fella. That's what I would probably do. But hey, who the fuck am I? Also, not last night, yesterday during the day, I was getting loaded. I was loading my tanker truck, and I zoomed in. I searched the Holiday Inn app website, ain't got no rooms, motherfucker, no fucking rooms. Disappointed. Said, all right, well, let's go to the next best one, which is Comfort Inn, and I know it's Comfort Inn, and I even zoomed in on Alva, Oklahoma, and clicked on Comfort Inn and then hit the call button that showed up whenever that you called. Called and showed up out here. And I booked a room. I said, I want a room for the night. They said, okay, it's going to be this much. What's your card number? Gave them my card number. I said, all right, have a good day. Said, okay. These motherfuckers. I show up out here and I'm like, hey, I'm here for my room. I have a reservation. She's like, and this is the lady that knows me. She's like, nah, you ain't got no reservation tonight. I said, yeah, I do. I was like, I just called a little bit ago. She's like, do you have a confirmation number? And I start looking. Guess what? Wyndham, which owns Days Inn, had sent me junk mail recently, but it was like the most recent hotel information that I got. I said Wyndham. She's like, oh yeah, you booked Days Inn. I said no. She said yeah. I said no. She said yeah. I said no. She said yes. I said no. I don't want to stay at the Days Inn. Don't make me stay at the Days Inn. She said, I'm sorry, but that's where you got booked. She's like, we got rooms. You can go over there and cancel it. I was like, I don't want to go over there at all. But I hung my head and I walked out and I started headed that way. Then I opened up my phone and I'm like, no, that wasn't a confirmation email. That was just like, they were just sending me some bullshit. Like, go through. I found a confirmation email for Comfort Inn. So I turn around and I sprinting back to that lady. I'm like, hey, please don't make me stay at the Days Inn. I found my confirmation email. And I showed it to her and she's like, this is for Thursday night to end of Friday. I said, oh, that is wrong. That is wrong. She's like, well, why would you booked it for the wrong day. I'm like, I didn't book shit. I told the lady, I said I needed a room for tonight. I specifically remember saying I need a room for tonight, not Thursday night. But maybe there's a language barrier there. I don't know. Where's my speedometer? Come on now. There we go. And I was like, well, you know what? Technically, I'm going to be staying out here again on Thursday night. So it's kind of funny that I already have a room for Thursday night. I'll be back out Thursday night. So you can leave that, but I need a room for tonight. I ain't got no room booked for tonight. I need to. So for all my trouble, she's like, I'm going to give you a sweet, SWEET, a sweet room. I said, hell yeah. I don't know. It seemed normal. It seemed like a normal 2-bed queen fucking regular room. Nothing special. I don't know. She just said sweet room. Give you a sweet room. So I don't know. I don't know if it was a SWEET or a SUITEE. So, suit. Sweet. Make a wee sound with a W, motherfucker. No, not the U. You gotta have a W to say sweet. You can't have half of a W. So, anyways, everything went great. Got in there, went to bed. Well, I didn't go to bed. I turned on a movie because over there they got the Roku. It says, hey, free channel, free movies, free channels, or live TV and whatnot. And I said, all right, let's go to the free movies and see what's in there. And I'm just standing there, I'm stripped down to my boxers, belly hanging out and everything. Just click, 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 click. Not finding any movies I want to watch. Click, 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 click. I found out, I think it was Saw X, the one that I was watching, but I didn't want to watch it again. Click, 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 click. And then I found Room 1408. It's a movie about a guy that goes to a haunted hotel. Jonathan Cusack said, sure, put her on. Put it on. Got everything ready to go. Got all my backpack reorganized. Got all my clothing set out. Got everything ready to go. Went over, got cleaned up. And the movie was already playing, but I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'll just treat it like it's a live movie on the TV channel. So, anyways, got cleaned up, went over there, laid down, started watching this movie. The motherfucker's got ads for days. God damn it. And it's like somebody was watching the movie 1408, and they were like, this is a really suspenseful spot. Let's go ahead and put an ad here. I'm like, hey! It's like, god damn, like, the black screen before the ad was like, I was like, oh, fuck. I don't remember this part. And then it's like, have you been to Alaska? I was like, shut the fuck up. I don't know. That wasn't even an ad. I'm trying to think of one of the ads that it was. I don't know. Bullshit ads. I don't like watching ads and shit. So, anyways, I'm laying there, and whenever the ads do pop up, I'm over there playing on my phone. I'm like, all right, let me look up 3AI Atlas and see what's going on with that. And I don't know. It's so, dudes. If there was any time in my life that would be easier to give up social media and all this bullshit, I feel like right now is the easiest fucking time, because I hope and pray that everybody realizes that almost every single thing that you're seeing is AI. It's so bad. I know it's a new thing. People are making all kinds of shit out of it, and it's not even like they're making like super crazy shit. They're just making shit for no fucking reason. It's like a monkey's petting a dog or something, and you're like, that's most likely AI. The AI is really good now, so you can't really tell. But you're like whenever I was talking the other day, I don't know if I was talking about it the other day, but I was watching a video of a guy, and he's like, cat videos are gone. He's like, because you want to watch a cute cat video or whatever. Not really me, but I'm just saying what the guy was talking about makes sense. Hey, you just want to watch a cute cat video. Now, the cutest cats that you could possibly ever see that are going to get the most attention are AI cats. They're so easy to do on there. They're gonna look softer, fluffier, everything about them. But the algorithm and the AI know to not make it. That's why they're getting better. They're realizing how to add in flaws, how to add in random things, like wind blowing out of a window for no fucking reason, or something, or light coming in. I don't know. A person walking by for no. The AI is getting really good at just making things look like an actual fucking video. They are analyzing all the videos that are ever posted up on the internet. They're analyzing all those videos and collecting data that we don't notice. That's why it's so fucking good now. It's getting bad. So, anyways, for me, I scroll, and unless it's somebody that I know that's posting some shit, I take it with not even a grain of salt. I just think about salt whenever I'm reading these things and watching this stuff. I'm like, nah, this is not real. Police videos, because I watch a lot of police videos, they're getting really good at that. They have billions of hours worth of footage of people, either cell phone video, body cam video, and they're already grainy. Everything's AI now. Everything is fucking AI. And I would hope, you would think that maybe it would slowly die off, and it would, no. This shit ain't going nowhere. This shit's probably going to be here forever. This is how things are going to be. And now the fight nowadays is going to be people fighting to say this is real, and then people in the comments are going to say it's not real. So it's kind of sad where we're at, especially me, like trying to look up 3IA Atlas. Everything is AI. They're like, oh, we got new images. Buddy, I don't think we did. I don't think we have new images. I think that's just AI bullshit. You got AI bullshit up on here. There's no way for me to verify unless it pops up on the news. But guess what? The news, they're doing fake AI news. They're doing everything is AI. And I'm out here putting my voice out here. Every sound that my body could possibly make has probably been made, and or at least been able to. It could possibly be generated and my cadence and everything about me, because I don't edit anything. So um, everything about me could be turned into AI now, and they're just it's really good. It's really good. The randomness of the AI is getting really good, and that's what's making it hard to distinguish. Because I say some random ass shit on here, but I don't know. I don't know. You could technically grab one of these AI program things and say, make a Kletus Ray's Roadside Service podcast, and it'll make one, and it would have analyzed all of my podcasts and realized that I talk about all kinds of weird shit. Maybe there's a little bit of a pattern that I'm going on. It would probably talk about a 79 Chevy. It would probably talk about a 99 DR650. It would probably talk about jerking off in the hotel vents or on the curtains and stuff. It would talk about these things. It would talk about shitting in a hotel room in Nashville. The AI is better than me. So yeah, we're fucked. You know, it took. I already knew we were probably going to be fucked, but now it's just making way more sense that we're going to be totally fucked here. But I watched 1408. I watched that movie. Kind of spooked me out here a little bit, but I talked about being watching thriller movies. They don't really scare me that much, but I don't know. Whenever the jump scares parts, they can get you. They can get you no matter what. Because I'm locked in. I'm watching a movie, and then, oh, fucking weird guy with a mask trying to attack the dude with a hatchet. Got the hiccups. Those hiccups could be AI. You never know. Those could be AI. Anyways, I was watching a live stream, a guy doing a live stream. I watched a couple of his videos on the 3IA Atlas. He's a smart guy. He's talking about all kinds of shit I don't really realize. I'm just like, hey man, just tell me what's going on. Apparently solar flares are going rampant right now. We should be, and I don't know, he was saying something. He's like, hey, the solar flare just happened. That's why I started the live stream or something like that. And he said this solar flare is going to, I guess some of them are going to be coming and hitting Earth. I don't know. But one of these really big ones that just happened is going to involve the 3IA Atlas deal. So it's going to get hit by it, and I guess that thing feeds on the sun's energy and radiation, or I don't fucking know. I'm just trying to repeat shit I heard. I don't even know what YouTube channel was. But anyways, I watched that for a little bit, in the middle of watching 1408. It was, I don't know. Just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Apparently, we had the AWS. I don't know what that is. American Weather System? No, probably not. It's AWS. Whatever the fuck AWS is. That's where I guess, I don't know, the other day a bunch of services, internet services and shit went down. And I got emails about it because we had some of the apps that we use for our tablets and shit were down. I don't fucking open that tablet until Sunday night to start entering my time, so I had no fucking clue. But apparently there was some sort of an outage or something, and some people are saying that NASA was doing a live stream look at 3IA Atlas when it went down, and they're connecting dots, saying, "Oh, look at this. This is the reason it went down. They blew up the servers because they saw something on the live stream that they didn't want nobody to see." And then, of course, all the AI videos pop out about what it was. Like, fucking bullshit. Figuring out the truth is only going to get harder. And, yeah. Yeah, the AI, man, it's fucking weird, dude. Um, this is where we're at. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird. I don't think AI is gonna be able to transport this heavy equipment. I don't think that's gonna be able to happen. I don't think AI is gonna be able to transport this hazardous material down here. I don't, maybe, but I think it's gonna take. There's gonna have to be a lot of things in place before AI is going to be able to do some of the things we do, but things can move so fast. Um, Things can move quickly if they want them to. So, they could technically get my company. They could order a self-driving truck today. They ain't gonna get it today, but they could order one today, and then all the, let's just say, Love's Truck Stop decides, hey, yeah, we're gonna have some AI trucks rolling through, so we need to have um, either all the fuel islands or specific fuel islands set up just for an AI. And we're gonna have to have somebody on staff to go out there and and make sure that the fuel, everything's gonna be automated eventually. But right now, it's creating a job, which is cool. A guy's got to go out there, open up the cap, put the fuel in, scan the barcode, whatever the fuck, and then that thing is just gonna fire up and roll out, and then it's gonna keep going down the road, because you're gonna need, and that's for a diesel. They might have a separate fucking building that's not even, it's a Love's building, but it's not even labeled or anything. It's just off the side of a highway at a new little off ramp, and it's a battery exchange place or something, for the battery powered trucks. And then those things are going to start rolling, and my company's going to say, hey, we got this new thing here. We need somebody to drive a pickup truck, so we don't need a driver anymore. We just need a guy in a pickup to go over to the power plant, and then once the truck gets to the gate, it's going to need to do some real maneuvering, so you'll have to hop in the truck, but you don't even need a CDL because you're not on government roads. You just got to position the truck, start the loading process. Once the loading process is done, you pull it out, put it on the street, click go, and then you hop in the pickup truck, come back to the shop. And then that truck is gone. And then once it gets to the offload place over here, this is all just theoretical, what I'm coming up with in my own mind, but it makes kind of sense. Once it gets to that place, it's going to park, get staged, ping the fucking scale office. They're going to send a guy out to come grab this truck and roll it in there, offload it, roll it out, and hit, then my company's going to have a remote go button and send it back home. Or, hey, we could haul loads over here. We're one of the only companies that has a self-driving truck over here. We can send it to fucking California, and it only has to stop to get fuel. It doesn't have to stop and take a 10-hour rest break. It can drive straight to California, no fucking problems whatsoever. It's electric, so it adheres to all the shit with them, and then I don't know, I guess DOT scale offices, they're like, well, we can't really write this thing. We can write the company a ticket if it's got fucked up shit, but every time one of these self-driving trucks rolls into the scales, we're not even looking for like overweight stuff, and we're not worried about the driver because there is no driver. We're over here looking at the truck and we say, hey, you got a tire that you probably need to replace here. And they're like, okay. And then they send out a mobile mechanic, replaces the tire, boom, back out on the road. No violations. Maybe a violation, I don't know. But it's like, hey, it's kind of hard to keep track of the truck whenever it's out rolling down to California. I don't know. It can get bad quick, is what I'm saying. because it's going to create jobs. There's going to need people to build. Well, not create; they're already there, but maybe more jobs. Uh, all the truck drivers, that are we're gonna build our replacements because we're gonna need a job, and they're gonna put out a thing saying, "Hey, listen, we know all you CDL guys are losing your jobs, but you can get a job at the truck making factory. You can get a job at the battery replacement facility on the side of I-35. You can get a job at the Love's truck stop. We're going to open it up to verified CDL drivers even before current employees, because we're taking your fucking jobs. So we're trying to give you another job, but then they're going to eventually, I don't know. Me not driving, I don't know what job that is, but it would make sense. You got to have people to maintain the trucks no matter what for a while. But I don't know. I'm just kind of going off the deep end here, but I'm not. Also, fucking weird. This fucking AI bullshit is really coming into play. Um, yeah. So some weird shit going on these days, and a lot of people are like, oh well, we had the Industrial Revolution, and that took a lot of jobs because we used to have a bunch of people. I don't know, just I'm bad with analogies or examples, but let's just say you used to have well, that kind of goes into different territory, but you used to have a bunch of people working on farms, like a whole bunch of people working on a farm, because you got to go out there and you got to get all the product out of the fields, you know, busheled and loaded up and processed or whatever. And now there's machines doing the processing. So I don't know. The part of that, I think that's part of the Industrial Revolution. Um, and a lot of people lost jobs then, but it also created jobs. Now this one, I don't know. This thing that we're making here is designed to take the jobs from the easiest jobs up into some of the hardest jobs. So, I mean, anybody that's working on a computer has got your days are, I would be worried. Um, Save that money, buddy. I guess people doing like construction and stuff, I mean, I don't know. I think that's pretty safe right now. But, and it sucks because this is how it is, but, they are working on, eliminating illegal immigration, past and current and future. So, and unfortunately, that is a lot of the labor force that goes into a lot of these construction jobs. And I'm not even saying illegal. Sometimes it's legal stuff. They went through the right channels. They get here and they have a lot of experience putting roofs up or something like that, which is a hard fucking job. If we are eliminating so many of those jobs, these companies are going to be looking, they're going to be like, man, I don't have enough people that are willing to work for these low wages to put up these fucking roofs. I need a new plan. Then they're going, hey, we have this new roofing bot. It's expensive right now, but after you do probably 400 or 500 roofs, it's probably going to be paid for itself. And then you're just going to have a maintenance cost and stuff, and you only need a couple of people to go set this fucking thing up. And it's going to roof the whole goddamn house in faster time, more efficient, and people make mistakes. Not roofing bot. As long as you start with a fresh canvas, it should be fine. And then you can go in and inspect it, make sure it's good, but it's going to be good. All the nails are going to be driven in exactly the same pressure. All of the shingles are going to be set laser straight, um, and you're going to have uh, less waste. You know, we're even going to develop it to where it can remove shingles just like it puts them on. And it's going to bundle them up, and you'll be able to, instead of having a big dump trailer to take to the dump, you're going to be able to recycle these shingles because they're going to be in such good shape, or some bullshit like that. I don't know. I'm just making up shit in my own mind, but it would make sense for something to kind of be like that. They're like, hey, you got to rip all the old shingles off. What if we could do it in a way where you're not, and the homeowner's going to be happy about that too. They're like, yeah, we don't have fucking 50 guys on our roof hammering for 2 days. We just have a roofing bot that does it in like an hour. Like while I'm at work, I show up back at home and it's done because it's laying 18 shingles at a time. You know, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Because I'm not a roofer. I haven't done roofing, but I know that you gotta start in like the top corner or the bottom corner and work your way up to the other corner in order for them shingles to lay to where you're covering up. You got room to nail and then whatnot. And I know that the homeowners, they're gonna be happy because right now every time somebody gets a roof done, I've noticed it. There's nails and bullshit all over the fucking ground. You run over a nail. You're like, these fucking guys redid my goddamn roof. And now I got a nail in my tire. Nobody wants that. Roofing bot doesn't drop nails. He does a whole magnetic sweep of the yard when he's done. He's picking up nails that have been there for years, from the last 30 years of having a roof put on. And then I think those 3D printed shit's coming out are pretty efficient too. People are just keeping it loaded with concrete and loading up a 3D concrete printer thing, and it moves at a certain pace, which is it's drying it as it's going or something. I don't know. And they're pretty good. They're pretty good, and you can do whatever design you want, and you don't have some guy that gets drunk on the weekends and shows up on Monday and is like, fuck, I can't read these plans. I don't know what the fuck they say. You build it wrong. Nope, it's all in the blueprints. It's done right. But if you have a 3D printer, sometimes the fucking thing goes haywire and you're like, fuck, fuck it, built it wrong, or the filament got fucked up. Anyways, I think I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm on my way over here to offload, and things for the near future are looking pretty good for me. I think we got approved for the loan. I think me accepting the job is going to be a-okay. I'm kind of waiting a couple more days before I make my final and master decision on what I'm doing, but it's looking quite likely. I think I said the other day it was 70-30. We're at 90-10. 90% sure I'm taking this other job. And on Wednesday, well, today is Wednesday, at 3 p.m. today, it'll either stay at 90 or it'll go up to 95, 96% that I'm taking this new job. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.